Hello, 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 hello. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Thank this program. How y'all doing out there? I hope all is well with you. All right. Um, yeah, we gotta go straight to it. But before we do that, before I introduce my guest, um, a lot of things have been going on. We can't run away from it. Um, Voting is going. I hope you voted, and I hope you plan to vote. Uh, as they always say, this is one of the most crucial time in America. We all know what is going on right now. You try, if you are eligible to vote, please try to go out there and exercise your civic duty. It's your responsibility, so you don't sit back after everything is gone and complain. And nobody will listen to you then. But this is the time you have now. This is the opportunity you have now to make meaningful changes when it comes to who governs you and who don't. Um, you can vote by in person, vote by mail, absentee, whichever one that works for you. You go out there and make sure you vote. Speaking of which, Nigeria, my country. What a guan. you know, some things are happening right now. It is, as far as I'm concerned, it is unprecedented. It is unprecedented. Please forgive me when time you see me move around. I try to look on my side and all that stuff. I'm the interviewer on this program, and I'm also the producer. Please, just bear with me. We will diversify as time goes on. It is crazy, but it also good. It goes to show that the masses have a voice. This is the first time I will see people of all ages in Nigeria come out to protest. Honestly, before I left Nigeria, back then it used to be before you can go out to protest, you have to get a clearance from the police. Yeah, from the police. You just imagine that. You have to get a clearance from the police. You and I know it doesn't work. But it is happening, and it is massive. It is massive, honestly. And I pray that these guys, my brothers and sisters out there, they take advantage of the change that is going on. And I've listened to some people the way some people are saying, okay, some of the government officials saying these people clamor for ban of SARS, for the disbandment of SARS, right? SARS has been disbanded. Still, people are still in the streets. Yes, you have to understand that there is so much pent up anger. There is so much bottled up. People are frustrated with the system. People are angry. And this is just an outlet. The SARS issue is just one of those. So you don't expect them to go, but this is an opportunity for them to make their demands, to make their voices heard. You got to listen to them. There is so much that needs to be corrected in the system. It's out there. A lot of people know how. If you're from Nigeria, you know. There's so much decay in the system. We just have to do better. We're better than this. Our government officials, our leaders, they have to listen to the people. And I'm so glad that this is the Nigerian people have awoken. They have awoken. They don't wake up. They say our mumu don't do. So now they're speaking for themselves. Nobody's actually leading them. The youths are out there. Honestly. But I know, when something like this is happening, people will take advantage. This is an opportunity. People want to cash in. I learned that there is a massive concert going on today at Lekki Tollgate. My only advice is, guys, don't lose focus. Stay on course. Know what you're fighting for. Know what you're clamoring for. And this is not, it's a way of bringing people together, inviting people to speak, to motivate and to encourage the youth, but don't let it get out of your hand. Do not let it get out of your hand, and we all can do this. All right. I have a guest in the studio, the ladies' man. The ladies' man, Zulu Sage.
How's it going, Dijayfred?
I'm all right, man. How you
far,
doing?
How far? What's in this up?
How you keeping on in this crazy world that we live today?
Man, I'm trying, man. America's crazy too. With everything that's going on in Nigeria, America's also crazy too, Charlie.
Well said, well said, well said. But before I continue this discussion with my guest, Zulu Sage, I'll have to quickly take a musical break. Then we'll come back and continue this discussion. Please do not go away. Stay with us. All right? Bye.
I say I why for you. Sure.
Kobe Stacks.
Zeus. I be the fanboy. The man's hate, but I give a girl joy. Yeah, fanboy. The man's hate, but I give a girl joy. Yeah, fanboy. The man's hate, but I give a girl joy. Yeah, fanboy. The man's hate, but I give a girl joy. Yeah, girl, she's asking about me now. Yeah, girl, she's thinking about me now. Yeah, girl, she's crushing on me now. Yeah, girl, no. Yeah, girl, she's asking about me now. Yeah, girl, she's thinking about me now. Yeah, girl, she's crushing on me now. Yeah, girl, now. Bust down. We getting busy in the uptown. This whole function is just shut down. What now, baby? Slow down. Wine on me if you know how. Back girlie, hit the flow down. Shorty show out. See niggas hate now. Cause I got shorty going buck wild. Says she's attracted to the lifestyle. So nigga come down. And I say, yo, why for you? This Henny got me up in the mood. So girly, when I get in my zone, you know, say, baby, yo, why for you? I be the fanboy. The man take, but I give a girl joy. Yeah, fanboy. The man take, but I give a girl joy. Yeah, fanboy. The man take, but I give a girl joy. Yeah, fanboy. The man's hate, but I give a girl joy. I'm burning up, I'm on fire. Baby, I'm on fire. Don't need a match or a lighter. I know what you desire. Yeah, you see a girl wanna be with the king. I make her get on her knees and kiss her ring. She said, don't that boy, I like how you sing. Say you a boss, every boss needs a queen. You see a girl wanna be with the king. I make her get on her knees and kiss her ring. She said, don't that boy, I like how you sing. Say you a boss, every boss needs a queen. And I say, I why for you. This Henny got me up in the mood. So girly, when I get in my zone, you know, say, baby, I why for you. I really fanboy. The man take, but I give a girl joy. Yeah, fanboy. The man take, but I give a girl joy. Yeah, fanboy. The man take, but I give a girl joy. Yeah, fanboy. The man take, but I give a girl joy. Yeah. She's thinking about me now. Yeah, girl, crushing on me now. Yeah, girl, now. Yeah, girl, she's asking about me now. Yeah, girl, she's thinking about me now. Yeah, girl, she's crushing on me now. Yeah, girl, and I say, oh, why for you? This Henny got me up in the mood. So girly, when I get in my zone, you know, say, baby, oh, why for you? I be the
Kobe Stacks on the beat.
I'm welding.
I say I why for you.
back. We're back. We're back. Zulu,
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, man?
What's up? Not much, bro. Not
how
much.
are you doing?
I'm trying. Oh.
You are looking so fresh up. What has been happening? Is it the pandemic? Is it the lockdown?
The pandemic's been good to me, actually.
Are you serious?
It's been good to me in some ways.
Wow.
We've all had our downs, but we had some ups too, so that's good.
Even I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but right now we have a lot going on. A lot is going on.
Definitely.
What do you think is the role of an artist? What do you think you guys? What role do you think you can play at this time, at this point in time in history?
Honestly, you just got to stay true to yourself as an artist, and also try to get your voice out, because like through your music is how you inspire people. People can regardless of what's going on in the world, people can feel more comfortable to music. So if you put like your message within your music, it's a great way to go.
Yeah.
So that's like, especially like what the Nigerian artist has been doing within Nigeria, using their voice to uplift the people with the whole SARS movement.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you can do right now.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. So let's come back to you. Were you born here or you were born back home?
No, I was born in Liberia.
You were born in Liberia.
I came here in 2003, I remember. Yeah, 2003.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you always wanted to be an artist?
Not quite. For me, like, I've always been involved in music since like growing up. Like, I played the drums in church and sang in a choir and all that other stuff. So like, I've always been surrounded with music, but I didn't really make the decision into being an artist until like, I believe late 2016. That's when I recorded my first song. But before that, the whole goal was to I actually wanted to become a private detective at some point. For real. At some point, I wanted to become a private detective.
Are you serious?
But that was like for one semester. After that, I was like, nah, I changed my mind. Then I went into business management. And from there, that's when the idea started taking off.
This guy.
Yeah.
So do you watch ID? Do you watch ID?
I used to be big into it. Like everything that involved like NCIS, Criminal Minds, all of that stuff. I used to be big into it. I mean, every now and then I still like dabble, but like the whole passion for it that I had when I was younger is gone.
Wow, that's
gone.
my wife's favorite channel. Anything that has to do with investigation. I'm like, how do you sit down and watch this thing for
hours?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
She loves it. Oh, wow. So you never wanted to be an artist? It wasn't something that was part of you when you were
Not
growing
quite.
up
I wanted to
something?
be more of a producer. Like growing up, like I was always big into Afro beats, but I was more interested in the beats because like I play instruments and whatnot.
Yeah.
So like before I even took to any artist, the person I was like more, I would say I looked up to or admire and whatnot would be Don Jazzy. I wanted to become like the next Don Jazzy type.
Okay.
Until I remember it was 2016. That's when I decided, because I wrote a song, I sang it to a couple of people. That was before I even put it on the track. I sang it to a couple of people. It was like, oh, it's a good song. You should probably record it. And I remember one time I was at my house with one of my friends. Her name is Zaya. That's when she told me about this producer in Columbus, because before I didn't know nobody.
Yeah.
Like prior to 2016, I was always to myself, from school, home, all this other stuff, work and all that. So I really didn't talk to nobody. So she put me on with Kobe Stacks. So that's how I met Kobe Stacks. Shout out to Kobe Stacks.
Yeah,
that's how I
shout
met
out to
Kobe
Kobe.
Stacks. And that's when I recorded my first song. And in that process, I started going to the studio more and more.
Yeah.
And I had a coworker who I played a song for one time. And at the time, she was going to school, but she knew this guy who owned a club. So she told me about, oh, there's this guy who owns a club, and he actually have this artist come in. That was Malik Berry.
Okay.
He have this artist coming to Columbus,
Yeah.
and he's looking for people to open up.
Are you talking about Eric?
I'm talking about, shout out to Bleebo one time. But yeah, so she put me on with Eric, and that's when, like, that was the very first time I touched the stage. And from there, that's when I knew that this was something I was interested in.
Okay. How was it like, that feeling when you were on that stage?
It was crazy because
and you saw people were actually dancing to your music.
Yo, that's the very first time I actually knew, like, Like, it was eye-opening. But halfway through my performance, I forgot my lyrics. And I started, but the thing that helped me was I'm a dancer.
Yes.
So
You
I
use that to
started,
cover up
I
the
started
lapses.
dancing, and that made the crowd even more interested and whatnot. But the whole time I was like, I don't even remember the song that I'm even performing. So it was a mess. For me personally, like compared to like when I perform now,
Yeah.
like how I put more practice and everything into it versus then, it was a mess.
Oh wow!
It was a mess.
So it was like was it the audience that made you to forget your lyrics, or was it the whole
It
environment
was my
that
first
was so
time.
captivating?
It was
that you
my
couldn't-
first. Like, cause like before I always, like I said, I played the drums in church. So
Yeah.
there was always people around when I was singing in the choir and all that other stuff. But being like front and center, everybody's
are the
focusing on
center.
you. All the lights is
Exactly.
focusing on you.
Exactly.
You see like your friends cheering you on, even people you've never met cheering you on. It's like, wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was it was crazy.
The truth is, you got to get used to that spotlight. You know,
Definitely.
even as a DJ, you're right in the middle.
In the middle.
Of right in the stage. You're on that podium. Everyone is
Any
looking
mistake
at you.
you make,
Yeah. It's very pronounced at that time. It's very obvious. Everyone is looking at you. So it is crazy. But how is it now?
now it's actually better, but you can't never, as an artist, you will always be,
Of course.
like the next level will always like surprise you more than the ones previous.
Yes.
Because like where I am now, the shows that used to surprise me and like, oh my gosh, people are actually like responding to my music. Now it's like I'm on a bigger platform to where like in mindset when I do shows like that, it's just like a practice or a warm up.
Yeah, I saw a clip. You had a show in, was it in Minnesota?
Yeah, Minnesota. I did a show with Burna Boy. That was crazy.
Yeah, I saw your
Because-
performance on social. It was
Yo.
the way you were.
That was
like
the
you said,
biggest
you're a
crowd.
dancer.
That was the biggest crowd I've ever performed in front
Right?
of. That was like over 3,000 plus people.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That was massive. And as the way you comported yourself, the way you control the crowd, the way you handle the stage. I although I saw a clip of it, but it was nice. It
Nah,
was
because
nice.
like the thing is, with that, we wasn't even supposed to be on the show.
Really?
I was supposed to be in Houston. I was supposed to do the Houston show. That was like a week before, but we had some complications and whatnot.
Yeah.
So when that happened, that's when the producer, I mean not producer, but the tour manager, he hit up my manager and he was like, how would you feel about Minnesota? Minnesota came, like prior to that show, there was a lot of complications throughout the week. I didn't even know if I was going to make it to the show.
Yeah.
I even hit up my manager. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this show. There's a lot of stuff going on and whatnot. He was like, trust me, we're going to make it. Just trust me, we're going to make it. So the day before it came, because I remember I left Columbus on, I believe, Thursday, because it was 12 hours drive. I drove over there.
Oh, okay.
It was me, my brother, and some of my friends met me over there. Downsill met me over there.
Yeah.
So when we drove over there, everything was cool. Nerves was everything. It was calm and whatnot until the day of when I went to sound check. That's when I knew how big the building was. And I'm like, oh,
Whoa.
okay.
Whoa.
At the time, I didn't even know the show was sold out. And the capacity is 4,000 people.
Oh my god.
I didn't know that. So it was like while we're at the show, I'm performing because like the front is lit up.
Yeah.
So you can see the people in the front.
Yeah.
But past that,
You can't.
you can't see nothing.
Damn.
So there was a lot of people back there who's watching.
Yeah, but you can't see that.
I never knew. Until afterwards, like when everything cooled down, I went to go get a drink. People are coming up to me like, "Oh, your set was great. This, that, and all this extra stuff." I'm like, "Wait, you saw me? Like, who are you? Like, I don't even." But it was an amazing feeling, man.
Wow. Who's your manager at the moment?
My manager at the moment is Goody Slim.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
what's your
DJ Goody
relationship?
Slim. That's
Because-
that's my manager. That's my guy.
Yeah,
That's my guy.
Shout out to Goody Slim.
Shout out to Goody Slim one time.
Yeah, you guys are like I hit him up yesterday. We talk. I'm like, okay, even today he's like, that's my guy. That's my boy. Well,
yeah, that's my manager.
He mentioned the fact that you guys are supposed to, traveling the next weekend or something like. So
Next weekend we're gonna be in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, how has the pandemic affected you as an artist?
Oh,
And the industry in general?
for me personally, I took a big loss because in February I dropped my joint project with my guy Don Danto.
Okay.
And around that time we was on a promo tour. We had a 7-city promo tour that was on. We hit two of the cities. We did Akron. We was only supposed to do one show in Columbus. And then after the first show, we got hit up to do another one the following week.
Okay.
So we ended up doing 2 shows in Columbus, but it wasn't like much of a show. It was more like a promo for the album.
Yeah.
After that, we did Nashville. When we was in Nashville, shout out my guy Ghanaian Rose. Big up to you.
Yeah.
While we was in Nashville, when we came back, that's when the pandemic hit. But after that, we were supposed to go to, I believe, Atlanta with Stonebwoy, and Minnesota with Stonebwoy. And then from Stonebwoy, then we were supposed to jump on tour with Davido. From Davido, we were supposed to do the Burna Boy and carrying on the year.
Yeah.
But the moment the pandemic hit, like literally, I'm on the phone with Danso. He's like, I believe these shows are going to get canceled. I'm like, nah, everything is cool. It's not even that serious.
Yeah.
Within hours, we started seeing artists posting, postpone. And we was just like, I mean, I told you, but at the end of the day, it's just like, it was heartbreaking.
It is.
Because it's like, you feel like, okay, everything we worked for is about to take off. This is the moment. And then everything just falls apart.
It will come back. I
Oh, no,
believe.
definitely.
Things
Because
will-
I actually
things will pick
appreciate that happened, because the first album we dropped was like a EP. It was like more of a trying to figure out the sound.
Yes.
But now, like with the pandemic, that gave us more time to go back into the studio and put in more work and
Calibrate.
what. Yeah.
Yep.
So now we have a full album coming out.
Oh, wow.
So this one is like, it's gonna be either 16 plus songs that's gonna be on the album, and it's all.
Talk about that. What is the album called?
The album is called Vibes Never Die Volume 2. The first one is Vibes Never Die Volume 1.
Volume 1. Okay,
So with this one, it's like, it's just a collaboration of all the sounds that we've grew up to, that we've tried to put together to make our own sound.
Okay.
Because like, yes, we focus more on Afro beats
Yeah.
and hip hop sometimes, but at the end of the day, we have like a sub version of Afro beats. It's not the generic
the
sound
generic,
that you would hear from like Africa or
Yeah.
Nigeria, Ghana, and all that other stuff. No, this sound is like, we call it more of Afro vibes.
Okay.
So it's like we're trying to put our own take on the sound that we're receiving, and now we're trying to export like our own version of that.
Yeah.
So pretty much that's what the second album is pretty much going to touch on.
So why do you think it's so hard for, if you look back, you see how Flavor, for instance, you see Timaya, Burna Boy, Davido, Wizkid, you see how big they are in, of course, in Africa. Why is it that it's so hard? There are so many good African, artists here in America.
But
why
the
is it
thing
so
is,
big for them to blow up just the same way those guys do?
it's the demographic. Because here, it's more pop, it's more hip hop, it's more country western. That's what the people here are into. It's just now that Afrobeats is trying to transcend over here.
But here you have a lot of Africans here.
You have a lot of Africans.
Who listen? They prefer to listen to Afrobeat.
True. But they only prefer to listen to the big artists, the ones who's already popping in Nigeria.
Back in Africa.
Yeah. That's the artists they prefer to listen to. Because at the end of the day, one thing I've came to notice is, like, especially with dealing with the city that I'm from, is that the people who know you personally, they only have that image of you before you started doing what you were doing. They don't want to, So trying to, like, get them to take in that you were the artist, that you're doing this, doing that, they won't take you serious.
Absolutely, you're right.
Until they start seeing that outside people are taking more liking to you than your own people.
Yeah, for me, that's what this platform is all about.
Exactly.
I of course, with Zoom, with Skype, I can have that access to interview anybody in the world, right? But I choose to start from home.
Definitely.
Being in the entertainment industry in Columbus, where we are. Thank you.
It's hard.
It's not easy,
bro.
Anybody that have picked up that mantle to be part of the entertainment industry here in Columbus, you have to give thumbs up.
Yo,
you have to encourage that person.
Exactly.
That's what this platform is all about.
I've been around for a couple of years. I've seen some of the biggest shows, some of the biggest flops, everything.
Yeah.
Like, I've been around for everything.
People will put so much
into a show,
but at the end of the day,
and then the people just don't show love.
So what do you think is it? You had a show where people you had 4,000 plus in
and that's
in
the
Columbus,
thing, like,
you can't get that.
One thing I've noticed is that whenever I go outside of Columbus, I get the most love.
But here in your own city,
I get the most love.
People
like
just
every
you
city
here.
I've been to in America,
Yes.
that I've done a show,
people appreciate you.
People
more.
appreciated me more.
Than your own city.
than my own city. Like the first time I made the most money from a show was Houston, Texas.
Imagine that.
Columbus people will call me, not even Columbus, Ohio people will call me. Yo, I want you on this show. They don't say anything else after that. They don't discuss money.
No.
They don't discuss any type of compensation.
No.
Nothing. I just want you on the show.
Thank you.
And I'm like,
That is the same thing.
do you know how much it
faced
costs
that.
for studio time? How much it costs for videos? How much it costs for equipment and
They
all
don't
this?
care.
You don't care.
They don't care. Honestly.
After you spend all that money out of
Yes.
your own pocket, then you want me to come and do a show for you for
Even
free.
if, let's say, even if you don't spend money, this is America. Your time.
My time.
It's so important. You can't get
Not-
that time back.
And it's even to a point where even my face, you put my face on a flyer, people are going to come.
Imagine as a DJ, somebody tells you, they call, they say, oh, we have a show. The show is going to start at 5. At 5, you are expected to be there like 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares about that. You have to set up. You have to do everything. And you will be the last person to
To
leave.
leave. And then they want to short you after.
They don't care.
They don't care.
It's worse in Columbus.
Bro, I'm telling you.
So what do you think is responsible for that?
Honestly, I believe it's the people, it's the mindset. But the thing is, they only really pay attention to you when you make it out.
Yeah.
And then when the moment when you make it out, then all start try to like cling to you,
Cling
like
to you, now they
I knew
wanna-
this person, me and this person are friends and all this. That's why I don't blame a lot of the people who's made it out that don't even associate with the city.
Yeah.
I don't blame them at all.
Yeah.
Like there's this guy, shout out to him and his team and everything. He recently got signed. Since then, even if he's in the city, you would not know. Why? He don't come. Like I don't blame
Because
him
he
at
didn't
all.
encourage me when I was
Yeah,
toiling.
exactly. Like when he was coming
He
up,
didn't encourage
these people
me.
was
He
not
didn't
around. You
support
feel
me.
me?
So now
with
you
that,
want to be all in my face.
I don't blame them.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, guys, I know a lot of people are listening. A lot of people are watching us. If you're based in Columbus, most especially, please encourage your artist. Encourage your artist. They
Don't-
need our support.
Encourage them. And one thing for if you're an artist in Columbus, Ohio, I'm just not even just in Columbus, Ohio, within the state of Ohio. Honestly, focus on trying to get your sound outside of Ohio. If you really focus on only the people here and trying to impress the people here, you're gonna mess
discourage
yourself.
you.
You're gonna discourage yourself.
Yeah.
So this is no shade to the people in Ohio. I love the people in Ohio and everything like that. But at the end of the day, the ones who support me, I know.
Yeah.
The ones who don't, I know.
Thank you. Well,
So
the project we listened to, the video we listened to, we watched before. Was that your first project?
that was a single.
That was a single.
That was a single.
But that was not really
for me
first.
personally, I haven't dropped a solo project. My
Okay.
solo project, I'm dropping that 2021. That's what I've been working on throughout like this whole time. Me, Don Danso, we've been working on 3 different projects, a joint project, and each solo.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we formed what's the word I'm looking for? It's not necessarily a group, but it's
Okay.
an agreement
Okay.
on where when we're together, let's say we both get booked for a show,
Yeah.
to expand the time, and instead of like trying to split up, because majority of our songs are together. So with that, we go under one name, which is Vibes Never Die.
Okay. So
But
that is just not the name of the album. It's
yeah,
also
that's
the name
not
of the group.
just the name of the album. That's the name of the group.
Okay,
Or
the
the
collaboration.
collaboration is Vibes Never Die.
Yeah.
But outside of that, we are also solo artists. So he's Don Danso, I'm Zulu Sage, and we have a new artist that's coming on, that's joining. So like for a perfect example, it's like the ASAP Mob. For people who like focus more on hip hop and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like ASAP Rocky, you have ASAP Rocky, you have ASAP Ferg. They each do their individual things, but at the end of the day, they're still a part of that.
the unit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much it's something like that we're building at the moment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I still have Zulu Sage in the house.
Sir.
One of the most consistent guys right here in Columbus, Mr. Fine Boy,
Yes,
the
sir.
ladies man.
Yes, sir.
We still have so much to talk about. And let's take a musical break. When we come back, you're going to tell us how you came up with the name Zulu Sage. All right? Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. All right.
Time it is. Do you know what time you're
I
getting
know.
home?
I've been with my friends all day.
You've been with your friends
yes,
all day.
I've been with my friends all day.
Do you see what time you're getting?
Come by
take you to your favorite restaurant. And we can start over from there. I'm just trying to put a smile on your face. Trying to make you
Zeus. Girl, I know say you telling me lies. Cause I know say I'm not that guy. You staying out till 3, 4, 5. Yeah, coming home in different rides. Yeah, there's no trust, there's no trust. No trust is between us, girl, there's no trust. There's no trust, no trust is between us. So you gon' like I don't know better. No trust is between us, girl, there's no trust. There's no trust, no trust is between us. Ooh yeah. See, girl, there's a distance between us. Girl, there's a distance between us. Girl, there's a distance between us. Yeah. And there's a distance between us. Yeah. And there's a distance, first things first. It's just us. From ashes, dust to dust. This ain't love, girl, it's just us. We do the thing and then we fuss. Yeah. Girl, I know say you telling me lies. Girl, I know say you telling me lies. Cause I know say I'm not that guy. No, no, there's no trust. There's no trust. No trust is between us, girl, there's no trust. There's no trust. No trust is between us. So you gon' like I don't know better. No trust is between us, girl, there's no trust. There's no trust. No trust is between us. Ooh yeah. Ha. Girl, there's a distance between us. Girl, there's a distance between us. Yeah. And there's a distance between us. Girl, there's a distance between us. Oh, there's a distance between us. Oh, yeah. Girl, I know say you telling me lies. Cause I know say I'm not that guy. No, no, only one. Go down for me. Girl, I always thought you gonna ride for me. Ride for me. Go down for me. Girl, I always thought you gonna ride for me. Ride for me. Go down for me. Girl, I always thought you gonna ride for me. Ride for me. Go down for me. Girl, I always thought you gonna ride for me. Ride for me. Go down for me. Girl, I always thought you gonna ride for me. Ride for me. Go down for me. Girl, I always thought you gonna ride for me. Ride for me. Go down for me. Girl, I always thought you gonna ride for me. Ride for me. Go down for me. Girl, I always thought you gonna ride for me. Sheesh.
time it is. Do you know what time you're getting home?
I know. I've been with my friends all day.
You've been with your friends all day?
Yes, I've been with my friends all day.
Do you see what time you're getting home though?
I know
this is
that,
not the
but
issue.
I told you before that I'm going to be with my friend's house.
Whose car was that?
That was just an Uber driver.
That was the Uber driver?
Yes.
That's not my first time seeing.
All right. We are back. Thank you so much for hanging around with us this afternoon or in the evening, wherever. It depends on where you are. You are in Africa, definitely. I know.
Shout out all my people in Africa.
Shout out to people in Nigeria, in Liberia,
LIB,
Ghana,
Salone, the whole West Coast. You feel me?
Cameroon. Wherever you're in Europe, you're watching us, big shout out to you. Please don't forget to support this program. This is a platform where we'll bring people, Africans, most especially Africans, that are doing us proud here in the city of Columbus. It's a small town, you know, they call it countryside.
Yeah.
Not so much is happening here in terms of entertainment.
There's a lot of talent here, though.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of talent here.
You know, absolutely.
And there's like people who are sleeping on themselves, honestly. And I see it every day. And me personally, it hurts me to see that.
But if you look at it, people until people started encouraging you, you never knew. You never even had it in mind.
I never even, you know, this was not even something I thought about.
Let me ask you a question. Before you even tell us how you came up with the name, are you surprised now that, you know, this is not something, this wasn't a dream you had growing up? So you started in 2016, right?
2016,
Officially in
yeah.
2016.
Officially, yeah.
So how far you've come now?
It's crazy.
Are you surprised?
Very. But at the same time, as a human and as an artist, I'm not satisfied.
No.
Because
Because you want
yeah,
more.
there's more.
Human
There's
wants
more,
are
but
insatiable. You
at-
want more.
It's like sometimes I have to like sit myself down and like just like sit back and like
It's all like a dream.
yeah, and like
Like
try
you're
to
still
like
dreaming.
remember everything because it's like sometimes I'm like I feel like I can do more. Or when I don't get certain opportunities, I get upset
Yeah.
and I'm like this that. But at the start of everything, where I am now,
Yeah.
is where I wanted to be. So it's like once I got here, I'm like, okay, what's the next step?
Yeah.
But before it was like, okay, how can I get to that step? How can I get to the point where I'm having conversations with executives? I'm having conversations with people in positions that can put me in a better position.
Yes.
But now that I'm in that position, I'm like, okay, how can I get more? How can I get? But at like with the whole Corona stuff, it was just like a setback to like
I think
perfect everything.
Yeah, I think the Corona stuff, you know, in life just depends on how you look at things, how you
Yeah.
look at setbacks.
Definitely.
Because you have to, it's either you look at it as if from the perspective of the cup is half full or half empty.
Or half empty,
At times it's an
definitely.
opportunity for you to go back, recalibrate. It might be a step or a catapult, something that will shoot you
Exactly.
beyond your widest
Exactly.
imaginations, you know? So how did you come up with the name Zulu Sage?
Well, this was actually like it's crazy because it started when I was in high school. Because like for
Back
me,
in Africa or here?
No, here. Like I came here in 2003, so from like elementary
Yeah.
to high school
Okay.
to even college, it was all here. So everything like I know from me personally, even though I was surrounded by Africa, with my household, my friends, and other people around, but at the end of the day, when it comes to the education,
Yeah.
was all American based.
Okay.
So when I was in high school, I went to Pickerington North High School. So like there was days that sometimes I used to make my own clothes to the point where, but everything I made, I always made sure there was an African map on it.
You used to make your own clothes?
I used to make my own clothes. Like at the time, I was so creative. I wanted just to find something that because I knew at the end of the day, college was there and whatnot, but I knew there was other routes to make to where you want to make it.
Okay.
So I was just trying to find anything. So I used to design. There was even a point in time I used to draw. I used to be really good at it. I just got lazy and stopped doing it. So
you're multi-talented.
yeah. So it was like all these other. I taught myself how to cut hair and all this extra stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I like even now. Like most times I cut my own hair. It's just recently I started going to the barbershop, but I haven't decided on a specific barber yet. So every time I try somebody new, I always come out looking.
You know, there's a Liberian guy. There's a Liberian guy that I know that I can introduce you to. He's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
He cut my hair yesterday. He's good.
Okay. Yeah, because like for me, like my brother, I cut his hair every day. Like not every day, but every time he needs a haircut, I hook him up and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
There's other people too. So with that, there was something I always wanted to cling to. So at this time, it was me, my brother, and my cousin. We started this African comedy sketch thing that we was doing while I was in high school. And it was called African Proof. And at that time, people used to like, because I used to wear dashikis and stuff like that to school. So yeah, so some people used to try to make it seem like a derogatory, something like, oh, Shaka Zulu, this, that. So when we started the comedy stuff, it was, we all like try to have like a name with the name Sage in it. Because at the time, Sage stood for Striving After Greatness Entertainment.
Okay.
So it's like an acronym. So, I mean, an acronym.
Yeah.
So with that, my cousin was like, he's going to be Jazz. My brother, he was like Negus because he's like into like those Egyptian type kings and stuff like, yeah. So he said his name is going to be Negus. So at the time, like, at first he wanted to call himself Zulu. I was like, nah, people been making fun of me for this whole Zulu thing. So whatnot. I would just turn it around and make it positive, you feel me?
Yeah.
So that's how the whole Zulu Sage name came about. But when I started doing music, I didn't know what to call myself. And the only thing I could think of at the time was Zulu Sage. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to just go with this and whatnot. And on one of the songs I was doing, like, I was trying to find, like, an intro or whatnot, but I didn't want to say, oh, Zulu Sage on the track. I didn't want it to be too cliche. So I was in the middle of saying Zulu Sage, and I stopped and I was like, Zeus. So when I did that, it was like, yeah, keep that. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I bet. So I started saying Zeus more, And that became like, even up to now, some people call me Zeus more than they call
I
me
call you
Zulu Sage.
Zeus. That's why I prefer to call you Zeus.
Exactly.
You
So
know.
a lot of people take that, like, even there was even a point in time, I think like a year or two ago, I even wanted to change my name to Zeus. Like I started asking people, I was like, yeah, should I change my name from Zulu Sage? Because I feel like Zulu Sage is too long. Should I change?
Zulu
And
Sage
everybody
is
was like, no, just keep
no,
it as it is. Everybody knows you as that,
yeah.
so don't even try to change it. So
it makes you unique.
Yeah.
It makes you stand out. And anytime anybody that knows anything about Africa or when they hear Zulu Sage,
yeah,
they know
but
this. But they
a
wanna
lot of
mistake
people
you
think
for
I'm South
African.
African. Yes,
Yes.
I've had a lot of people come
Yeah.
up to me. It's like, what part of South Africa are you from? And I'm like, I'm Liberian. Like, I've never even been close to South Africa or anything. But shouts out to the whole South African movement. I really love like the music, the culture, and everything like that. But I'm not South African. To the few people who was wondering, I'm not South African. I'm Liberian, West African.
Shout out to LIB. So what is your favorite LIB food?
I have a lot.
You don't even have one.
It's not just one.
Tteokbokki?
Tteokbokki is one of them. Tteokbokki is one of them. Cassava leaf. Cassava leaf is like top. It's like, I would say cassava leaf and potato greens are like top two. Yeah. And then after that, everything falls under. But yeah, cassava leaf and potato greens are like my go-to when it comes to Liberian food.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So do you have any favorite cartoon that you used to watch when you were growing up?
Cartoons. For me, I used to watch everything. So
everything.
I used to watch everything. But like the one I remember the most is Rocket Power.
Do you still watch it?
No, not now. But I'm saying like before going to school, like whenever Nickelodeon came on, Rocket Power, I used to love that.
Nice.
But now,
you've gone past
like,
that.
I mean, if I do watch cartoon, it's like more like a adult type cartoon, like let's say Rick and Morty or Family Guy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm more into sci-fi like shows and movies and stuff like that now.
So when you were growing up, is there anything on where you were during your younger days? You still have a long way to go anyway.
Yeah.
Is there anything that meant so much that you thought it was a big deal, but now that you're more aware of yourself, that you're like, that wasn't such a big deal?
I would say it was probably when I wanted to become a private detective. That was like everything at the time, like. Because, like, I remember me and my dad, we talked about it. He sent me, like, some books that I was supposed to read. This was, like, my senior year in high school. He sent me books that I was supposed to read. And, like, when I got in college now, when I did more research on the whole thing and how long I had to be in school, because I didn't want to become a cop. That's the difference. I didn't want to do anything with, like, the police department. I just wanted to become a private detective because I used to watch, like, CIS, NCIS, and all this. And that was just so cool to me. Yeah. But when I got into it and saw like the depth into it, I was like, I'm not really interested in this. So I'm gonna just go find something else that makes me happy, that I enjoy doing, than to
doing that. Wow. Yeah. So you recently became a dad.
Yes. That's actually one of the best things that happened to me throughout this whole Corona thing.
Talk about it. Tell me about it.
Because like personally, like I was in the process of moving to Houston, Texas, before my son was born. So like, I was completely done with Columbus, Ohio. I was like, you know what? I'm going to move to Houston. Yeah. I'm going to still do the music thing because at the time, I had more love in Houston than I had in Columbus. Yes. So I was like, you know what? I love the weather. I have family down here. Why not just go down there? Yeah. So in the process of trying to finalize everything moving, that's when my son was born. So with that, throughout the whole thing, I was still trying to do like the dad thing, and trying to still continue with like the whole music thing, especially that's when my tour was supposed to start. So when Corona hit, it just like settled everything down. It gave me more time to spend with my son to really get to know him and all that. And I love it, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, wow. So how, I'm going to ask you, basically keep two birds with one stone. How has being a father changed you? And two, what do you think is the difference between being a dad in America and being a dad in Africa?
Okay. For me, how a father has changed me, it actually gave me more fire to want to go more or to go harder. It's like now there's a lot of stuff I will not settle for. Before, when it was just me, especially like even joining a group with the whole Vibes Never Die and stuff like that. Before, when it was just Zulu, when people call Zulu, I'm like, you know what? I have a personal relationship with you prior to the whole music thing. So, you know, I'm going to look out for you. I'm going to do this, do that. But now it's to the point where if you hit me up without
Something concrete.
some type of
Something concrete.
I'm not
I
coming.
don't have time for that.
I'm not gonna entertain it. It's
Yeah.
even to the point where I don't book my own shows.
Yeah.
If you want to book me for a show or anything like that, you talk to Goody Slim.
Because you want to be more professional.
Yes, because I don't want people to feel like just because they know me directly, they can come to me
Just come and
directly
knock at your door
and
and
come
say-
for like a favor.
Yes.
Because they know me personally, and then when you tell them no, they'll be like, "Oh, Zulu think he's big time now. He don't want to talk to us little people." That it's not even like that. It's my
Africans
business.
are- Africans don't
yeah,
respect-
they will try to
Africans don't
make you feel
respect-
bad for trying to.
Africans,
like,
Africans don't respect
Oh,
you
man.
for whoever they don't want anything that have to do with contract.
yeah.
Say, oh, I
It was
want
like,
to
oh,
enlist you for a show.
I'm gonna
let's
just pay
sign
you for
contract.
this. I'm gonna do
no.
For me, if there's not paperwork, I'm not coming.
So the second part of the question, the second leg of the question.
Yeah, with the
difference
the
between
difference between
here,
a dad here and there, it's like with there, I feel like it's harder because there's not as much opportunities as it is here. Especially like for me, even though I'm an artist, but I still work.
Okay.
I still have
I was
like
gonna ask
I still
you
have
about
like
that.
one or two
Yeah.
other incomes that's coming in. So it's not just focused on being an artist at the end of the day. But back home, sometimes you may not have that opportunity.
Yes.
Because let's say there's either a strike in this area or the jobs are not available and all this other stuff. So it's definitely, I wouldn't say easier because it's still a hard task to be a father, but it's a lighter weight here than it is there, in my opinion.
Because here to some extent you are accessible to a lot of
Yes,
resources.
you have more
to
resources
do-
here
yeah,
than you do
to
back
do,
then.
to do things you want to do. You know, that is a big knock. That is
Yeah.
a knock on those who are aspiring to become artists, to follow their dreams. You know, back home, people don't know that for you to, it's easier for people to say follow your dreams, right?
It's very easier to say than to do.
Thank you. But
To
to
do
actually pick up your load, to pick up that mantle and say, I want to follow my dream, it's not easy.
Because sometimes you may not even be the best, but your work ethics will give you more opportunity than somebody who's even more talented.
But, you know, that's why I respect, it's easier for people to say when you come on stage as an artist or aspiring artist to sing,
Yeah.
it's easier for people to just condemn you.
Exactly.
Or like when people sit on their couches to watch football. They sit there and they want to become
They just
coach.
analyze them. Yeah, exactly. They're like,
Until
oh, you should have did this. You
actually-
should have did that.
Until you actually step in.
Once you step in the pitch, you will know how
You know
difficult
what's
it
up.
is
You know
at the
the
moment.
difference.
Yeah, especially when you have all these people you don't know screaming at you.
Yes.
And the big lights, the whole stage is hot.
Absolutely.
That's why I don't like when I see a lot of people complaining about, oh, why is this artist taking his shirt off on stage? And if you knew how big those lights are
They don't
and
know.
how hot it is up there.
What I respect in people, why I try as much as possible to encourage people is it's not easy. There are some people who actually have good talent, but they don't have the confidence.
They don't.
They do not have the confidence to actually climb that stage or to follow their dreams. But the truth is, you just stop talking about it and do it. Just like the Nike, logo. Just do it.
Just do it. Because like for me, one thing I've always told
Just
myself
do it.
is that even before like the whole artist thing and all that, it's like I would rather, like especially when I get older, I would rather know that I tried and it didn't work than to think that, what if I did try? What would have happened?
Exactly. That is it. You don't want to be in your dying bed and be regretting.
And be like, what if I did? So
Yes.
I completely,
Yes.
that was, trust me, like a lot of people in my family was against me. Like, I mean, they
Is
wasn't
this what you
against
wanna
me
do?
doing music.
Yeah.
They was just against like the type of music I was doing.
Okay.
Some wanted me to do like gospel, and because I grew up in the church, so a lot of people wanted me to do gospel and all this. But my inspiration was not gospel in a sense. Like no disrespect to like the
Yeah.
religion or anything like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I had a mindset and I had a sound that I wanted to, because I have a way that I want to get my message
You want
out.
to project your message.
Yeah. So I don't want to be like clouded by something that is not natural for me. You feel me?
It's
So-
good. It's always good to follow your heart. It's always good to listen to people, but at the same time, it is better to follow your heart. You know, that your inner voice, what your
Definitely.
mind is telling you. So that is the only way you can have peace.
Definitely.
Like we were saying, a lot of people have what if I start
What
this
if I did
thing?
this? What if
People,
I did
people
that?
will laugh at me. People will mock me. But if you look at that same what if you twist it around and say, what if I don't do this? And at the end of the day, I end up regretting.
Exactly.
You end up hating yourself.
Because like the people
Don't
I've
wait for
met,
it. It can't be perfect. It cannot be perfect.
the places I've been, the people I've met, I would have never imagined.
No.
Like I've had conversations with artists that a year or two before I'm on my phone watching their music videos, and I'm like, I hope one day I meet this person, or like even as a fan, not even as an artist, get to ask you questions.
But at the end of the day,
I just hope I get to meet this person. I've met Davido. I've had conversations with Diamond Platnumz. Like me and this man are like how me and you are talking right now. We're having conversations, and I'm just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's to the point where I'm like, I want more of this.
That's talent.
Like there's nothing that can stop me from
doing
more. Yeah.
Yeah, that's talent.
Yeah.
But all the same, when I'm still here, I still have Zulu Sage in the house. The man they call the fine boy, the ladies man, the king of Columbus Entertainment, still in the building.
You done know.
All right, I'm gonna take a little music break. We will be right back after this. Let's Yeah, we're back. We're back with the man they call the Zulu.
What's up? What's popping, people?
So that project was with Don.
With Don Danso.
Yeah, you've done a lot of projects. Like you already explained, you guys have,
Yeah, we have
this
like
concept, a collaboration.
a collaboration together.
Yeah,
That was the intro to us, pretty much,
okay.
as a unit. Because the people know him as Don Danso, people know me as Zulu Sage. But Vibes Never Die. That the main reason why we call it Vibes Never Die is because we want people to know whenever you see us, you know Vibes Never Die. Because at the end of the day, we're starting our own subdivision of Afro beats to where it's like Afro vibes. So even after us, there's the next generation. They can come and add their little spin on it, and they can do this, they can do that. At the end of the day, Vibes Never Die.
Okay. You guys have a song together called "I Can't Breathe."
Yeah, Can't Breathe.
Yeah,
we dropped that.
Okay, Can't Breathe.
Yeah.
What
no, yeah,
inspired
it
that?
is. I Can't Breathe.
I Can't Breathe.
Yeah.
Right. So tell us what.
At
what
the
inspired
time, honestly, like we was in the middle of recording the album. It was like back in May, I believe. Yeah, like it was like late May, right before June, and that's when the George Floyd thing happened.
Okay.
So when the protests and everything was going on in Columbus here for like a week or so, it was just like we was trying to find a way to get our voices out there without having to like do too much at the end of the day, because it's like as an artist, it's like, what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna keep making music about party, this, that, the good life, and all this other stuff, or are you gonna use your platform to spread a message? Yeah. So at the end of the day, we was just upset. Like we came to the studio to record, but everybody in the studio was just upset.
You're just sad.
And the beat came on, and that's when Danso came up with the hook. I said, "My papa don't tire, my mama don't cry." Yeah. Like so, when that came about, at the time we wasn't even trying to do anything slow. The vibe was like party. But at the end of the day, it just took over because we talked about it for like a whole hour before we even recorded the song. We talked about how messed up everything was and all of that. So when we recorded the song, that was like the quickest song we've recorded and put out. Most times when we record a song, we go into the mix and mastering process. We export it before we even get it back, before we even like, okay, we're going to release this song. But we recorded it on a Tuesday. By Thursday, it was out. Wow. So it was just like so much within the moment. We just wanted, because like, even though it may not be the best quality, but we want you to know that's that's how we felt at the moment. Yeah, it's message. Like it's as raw as possible. It's how we see it. Yeah. So in our art, it's not a polished up version of what's going on. It's like the raw
just
truth.
The message.
Yeah.
Just the message.
So that's how we see it.
Okay, nice. The song we listened to, the video we watched before this.
Feed Me.
No Trust.
Oh, No Trust. No trust.
Yeah, what? So what happened? What happened? Did anybody?
I mean,
you're the ladies' man. What happened? Tell us.
With that was honestly just a concept. But at some point, it ended up being a true story. But it wasn't intended to. It wasn't intended to be one of those. You feel me? Okay. It was just like, at the time, it was like I heard the beat, and I was like, okay, Girl, I know, say you telling me like. Okay, so like with that, once I came up with that line, I was like, okay, this fit nice on the beat. Now I have like the concept. I knew a story to tell.
Yeah.
Even though at the time it's not something I experienced, but it was just like if I make this song, there's somebody who's gonna listen to this and be like, that happened to me before. So I like this. I'm gonna keep listening. And even like people came up to me and told me, yo, I really like that song because it's something that spoke to me.
Okay.
But I never thought that I would have experienced it until one day with a situation. But other than that, yeah, man, like it's one of those, like a lot of the songs that I've made, I've came to realize that it comes to pass later on.
Okay.
So it's like with even the name Zulu Sage, at the end of the day, it's like a sage is somebody with wisdom. So with time, you gain wisdom.
Okay.
And Zulu is like a heavenly kingdom. So it's like, in a sense, if you translate it in whatever way you want to, how I see it, it's like a heavenly king with wisdom.
Okay. Wow.
So
that's heavy.
In time,
That's heavy.
in time, the wisdom
It
is
will
going to be,
manifest.
it's going to
It will
manifest.
and it's manifesting.
So like how the music is manifested.
You know,
Hey.
I can't end this interview without talking about your relationship with the African DJs, and how do you think they're helping to promote the culture?
African DJs. I have a good relationship with a lot of them.
Yeah, the
With
ones most especially in Columbus.
in Columbus, I have
Yeah.
a good relationship with a lot of them. Like, shout out to Dijayfred, DJ P,
Thank you.
DJ He, DJ Easy, my guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Easy, what's up?
yeah, like there's a lot of them. DJ Zaga, DJ Ra, DJ Goody Slim.
Yeah.
Like, even though like Slim and Zaga, they have like their own thing like going on in Akron, Cleveland, and
Yes.
Cincinnati and all that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're still
They're still
considered.
very much,
They're still
their
here.
presence is still felt
So
in
there's a
Columbus.
lot of these guys are gonna kill me if I forget. Burundi, KT, those are my guys too. I
Yeah,
can't forget
yeah,
them.
yeah,
No. So yeah, with the African DJs, like I have a good relationship with a lot of them.
Nice.
Because whenever I go out, like I'm taking people with me. So if you having an event, you hit me up, oh Zulu, I have this event coming up. I want you to like show love, this, that. I'm gonna show up.
Yeah.
And even when there's sometimes like I would just randomly show up with people and whatnot. And the moment I step in, the DJ's like, oh, Zulu's here,
Zulu's
this,
in the
that,
house.
this, that, and all this other stuff. And I wouldn't even, for me, I've never went to a DJ and asked them, yo, can you play this song for me? If I'm in a club, I'm coming to support you. I'm coming to enjoy myself and this, that. When I'm done, I'm gone.
Yeah.
So there's some who, while I'm there, they'll play my songs. And there are some who, they were there, people would come to them and request, oh, can I hear a Zulu Sage song?
They will
Nothing.
play.
There's literally been a situation where we was in a club and this, that. There was a guy who was playing my song. Another DJ came and said, switch up the tempo. He was like, but Zulu, this, that. I understand, but switch up the tempo.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And it's to the point where there's some who show love, but the ones who don't,
Yeah.
they make it obvious.
But that's not too cool. That's not
I
too,
mean,
you
it's
know,
not a problem.
No matter what, there will always be.
At the end of the
no
day,
matter
it's
who-
not a problem.
Yeah, no matter how pure you are, there will always be some haters or some
Exactly.
people who just don't like your ways. You know, it will always be. So, when is your album coming out? You said in 2021 or something?
My solo is coming out in 2021, definitely.
Okay.
But the Vibe Never Die Volume 2, right now, we don't have a solid date. So, because like the album is done. It's completed, everything, all the songs has been selected and all this. But now it's the process where we export.
Okay.
So once we export it, get it mixed and mastered, fully professionalized and sent back, then we'll know like exactly when it's coming out. But for now, there's a couple of songs we're going to drop in the meantime just to keep people interested. Because I know it's been a while since we dropped the song. Since the first album came out, the only other song we've dropped was the I Can't Breathe. Okay. So other than that, we haven't really. So a lot of people have been hitting me up like, Zulu, when are you going to drop that thing? Trust me, it's coming. Okay. It's coming, Charlie.
You had
it's
you
coming.
had it from him. Just be patient with him. Very
just
soon.
wait. Just wait. It's coming.
Something brand new will come out. Something brand new will come out.
Especially with this new album. There's nobody that can listen to this album from top to bottom and not like at least one song.
Oh, wow.
If you don't like at least one song, then you just don't like music.
That's
period.
that's
because there's
confidence
something on the album for everybody.
That's
Regardless of
confidence
what you
talk.
listen to, there's something on the album for everybody.
Okay, that's a confidence talk. Confidence talk. As we're winding down,
Yes,
who
sir.
would you like to do a collabo with? Like your dream artist?
Local or Top.
From anywhere?
There's a lot actually. I want to work with a lot of people, but for me personally, the artist that I vibe with the most, I would say Burna. Burna. Even though I did the show with Burna in Minnesota, but there was too much going on. I didn't have the chance of meeting him.
Okay.
Because there was like just a whole lot of politics going on behind scene, so and all that. So I mean, I didn't care because the opportunity was great. Yeah. But definitely Burna. I've met David. I would definitely like to work with David too. Wizkid too. Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. But when it comes to like the Western, probably Drake.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I definitely want to do a track with Drake. Regardless of what people say, I definitely want to do a song with Drake. That would be amazing.
So, if I know most of your songs, and you always do mid-tempo. When are you going to do like a fast tempo beat?
Vibes Never Die Volume 2.
Vibes Never Die Volume 2.
I mean, I have a fast tempo beat up now. It's called Who Dey. Okay. Like, it came out on the first one. It was in the process of doing the video and promo and everything for that. That's when Corona hit, so we wasn't able to finish that project.
But No Worries too.
Yeah, No Worries. No Worries. That was just a try and error at this time. That was the second song I ever made.
Oh really?
Yeah, that was the second song I ever made.
It's not bad.
Yeah. That's part of the reason I let me know. Okay, I can do this. but other than that, trust me, a lot of them are coming. Like the new one that we got coming out. I'm telling you, there's everything.
All right. Before we round up, you know. You're not where you want to be. You're still.
I'm still coming up.
You're still an aspiring artist.
Yeah.
But for those who have not started, you say you've met people that you think that got this talent, but they just don't have the motivation or the confidence to step out. What is your message to those people? Almost
make time for it.
Starting out in Columbus, because the scene is very discouraging.
It's discouraging, but at the same time, if you believe in yourself, make time for it. And for me, I'm a very open person. You feel me? Like, if ever you need advice or if you need just to talk or just to, like, get your voice heard, hit me up. I'm like, for me, I don't have a problem with anybody. There's some people who may feel like there's some animosity or we got some type of beef. Trust me, beef got to be two-sided. Yeah. I don't care enough to have beef with you. Okay. So, at the end of the day, anybody, approach me. Send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, whatnot. Yo, I'm trying to do this. Yeah. If you can give me some pointers and this, that, we can talk. I can show you what to do. I can introduce you to some people who can get you in a position to really get that confidence built up.
That's what's
so at the end of the day, if you believe in yourself, if you're serious, don't come hit me up and waste my time, please. I beg. No do. But if you're serious, just let me know. We can talk it out. And I can really help you out. Because for me, I'm not a selfish person. I always believe in sharing knowledge, spreading love,
that's what it's
all of that. Yeah. I may not be able to do it for you personally, but I can give you the knowledge and the guidance to get you to where you need to be.
Nice.
So, but most importantly, believe in yourself.
Nice.
Don't let nobody discourage you, please.
Yeah. One or two questions before we go. Is there anything that you've heard about you that wasn't true?
A lot.
That people spread, you're like, how can somebody who cook up this story? Who came up with this?
I've heard, especially when it comes to females. There's so many females.
But you're this man.
Nah, it's not even that. There's so many females I've heard that I've even have an encounter with that I've never even met a day in my life.
You're a superstar.
But at the end of the day, it's like when people say I'm stuck up, that's not true. A lot of people, most of the time when you see me, and I don't have my glasses on, trust me, these are not designed just for look. Yeah. I need them to see. So if I'm in a club and I don't have my glasses on or I have sunglasses on, most times if you see me and I walk past, it's because I didn't see you. It's not me trying to be mean or whatnot. I really cannot see. I do not. Most time I do it just to disconnect from a lot of the stuff that's going around. Yeah. But I didn't see you. It's not me being rude. It's not me being stuck up. If ever you feel that way, come up to me. Like, yo, Zulu, what's up? Yeah. Trust me, I'm going to speak.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk. Unless if I know for a fact it's somebody that I'm not really connected to, like you on the other side of this, that. Cool. From afar, we may say, what's up? We keep it pushing. But if you ever need to talk to me or feel like, oh, I'm unapproachable, trust me. You approach me at any time. I'm a cool guy.
Wow.
Trust and believe.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We're about to draw the curtains for today's program. Zulu Sage.
Shout out Dijayfred one more time.
Thank you. What message do you have for LSCI?
LICI.
LICI.
Hey,
the
big up to
your people,
LICI.
your
Big up to the
people.
president, Alpha Tonga. You know, he's doing a great job with the community.
Big shout out.
They got a new community center coming out pretty soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they're doing big things, man.
That's good. That's
shout
good.
out to
Big shout out.
LICI,
Big
baby.
shout out to LICI.
Columbus, the people in Columbus are great people.
Nice.
Don't let anybody fool you. The people in Columbus are great people.
Nice.
They
It's a
may
great
not
city.
be supportive as you want them to, but if you're good, that's another thing. If you're not good, they
But
will
how
know.
do you think we can change the narrative? How do you think we can? Because this is one of like something like this is to change the culture, to encourage people, and to
Definitely.
inspire people.
Yes.
basically.
Yes.
You know,
the
it's
best
not
way
as
to
if-
change the narrative,
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta be honest with people, you know. Like if there's somebody who, especially if you're close to the person and they're trying to adventure into something that you know they shouldn't, just be honest with them. Instead of having people on the outside telling them, oh, you know, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Be honest. But if you know the person is good, support.
Yeah, we need to encourage ourselves.
Encourage yourself.
honestly.
If you call yourself my friend and I'm doing something that you know is making me look like a fool, tell me.
Yeah.
Instead of me going out there and having other people tell me.
Yeah.
Or if you know I'm good at it, also tell me.
Constructive criticism.
Constructive for me, like I'm all for criticism. If you could tell me on how to become better,
That's
always hit
good.
me up.
Yeah.
But if you hit me up and tell me this is not good, but you can't tell me on how to make it better,
improve,
why are you
it
telling
doesn't
me?
make sense.
At that point, it just becomes hate.
Yeah. Guys, please, we need to encourage ourselves. We're all in this city. It's the ball is in our court because nobody's going to come out of this city to do it for you.
Nobody.
We have to do it for ourselves.
You gotta
The
do it for
same way
yourself.
you see Africans now, they are working, they are fighting for themselves. They're not waiting for the American government to come there and do it for them. No, we are here and we got to do it for ourselves. On that note, I want to say thank you so much, man.
No problem, my boss.
Thank you
No
so
problem.
much. In spite of everything that is going out there, in spite of how busy you are, you took out time to do. I called you once and you just said, don't worry, man. You know,
Sorry,
this is an
sorry.
opportunity.
Yeah.
I want to come out and talk to our
And talk
people.
to the people, you feel me?
I really
Because
appreciate
I
that.
haven't really done any, trust me, people's hit me up like, oh, can we talk? Can we do a podcast? Can
Yeah.
we do this? I haven't really been in a position to do so, but
Yeah.
for today, I had to make time for you.
Thank you, man.
My guy.
Thank you.
You know, it's much love, much
I
love.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Zulu, the man. We're going to go out with this called Simba.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Said the king just Simba. Hey, 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 hey. Simba. Hey, 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 Simba.
S playing on the track.
Simba. Fat and Nimba. Now they want to see us. Simba. Remember that time? They didn't believe us. Simba. Fat and Nimba. Now they want to see us. Simba. Remember that time? They didn't believe us. Thinking I did the road up and I'm getting high today. To the highs and low, I'm feeling fly today. Cause every time I fall, I bounce around, ball. They do them back it up, yeah, that you haul. My one I'm in there, on it, yeah, the screw up. We run the thing, they can see us. They can see us. Aye, 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 yeah, yeah. Simba. Aye, 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 yeah, yeah. Simba. Aye, 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 yeah, yeah. Simba. Aye, 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 yeah, yeah. Nice a bad boy, I always been good. I might hit your Jew up, she ain't sure. Seek it for fair, seek it for fair. What for you shall see your face. So let me tell my wall outside story. I made it from a wall soon to find glory. I been on my grind, I run the things now. I make it move, they see the change now. They all I be picking with the sweet side. The Jew like a big, I low super size. They wanna see me fall, fall, fall. But all I do is win now. And then they want me to fall, fall, fall. But they jump me on the team now. On the team now. Look how that feel, look how that feel. And my God, I'm on, yeah. Picking out that the road up, but I'm getting high today. I get high, to the highs and low, I'm feeling fly today. Cause every time I fall, I bounce around, ball. They do them back it up, yeah, that you haul. My one I'm in there, on it, yeah, the screw up. We run the thing, they can see us. They can see us. Aye, 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 yeah, yeah. Simba. 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 I play to win now. You play, you lose now. We overseas. and say they're hitting like a cool story. Ask them what they ever do for me. But we self-made, picking you owe me. We getting more picking that's money. Anytime I come around, Mercedes show me love, yeah, they always hold me down. And now they see me with the ground. Nigga come down, you gon' never show me up. And anytime I come around, Mercedes show me love, yeah, they always hold me down. And now they see me with the ground. Nigga come down, you gon' never show me up.
I'm getting high today. Today, hustle low, I'm feeling fly today. Cause every time 4 bounce around, but Simba. They do them back it up, yeah, that you want. Simba. About a millionaire on it, yeah, that scream one. Simba. We run the thing, they can see us. Simba. They can see us. Ay, 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 ay. Simba. Ay, 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 ay. Simba. Ay, 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 ay. Simba. Ay, 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 ay. Simba.
Now they want to see us.
Simba.
Remember that time? They didn't believe us.
Simba.
Fatanimba. Now they want to see us.
Simba.
Remember that time? They didn't believe us.
Simba.
Come Simba.
S playing on the track.
Simba.